Okay, we're back with familial goals. And familial can be your coupleship or your partnership or your spouse, your husband, your wife, whatever you may have in your life, or your children if you have children. So, really, this is how you interact and relate with the most important people in your world. And you've probably heard me say that marriage is not for the faint of heart. So I always have relational, you can think of it as relationship goals too. I always have relationship goals. Some easy ones that I can think of off the top of my head is in my relationship with my husband, I always am trying to strive for clear and open communication so that there's no assumptions and that I'm not stewing and brewing over something that I perceived or I assumed. I try to have open and honest communication so that we can work together because we have a lot of things going together. We run a business together and we're parenting 5.5 children together also. So communication becomes important. At the same time, I'm striving in our relationship to be co-independence. So not codependent upon each other, but to be independent but walking side by side. And that's a delicate dance also, not depending upon him too much and not leading too much also. And I'm always very cognizant of that, being partners in crime and walking through this journey together. And so that's one way I am working on my relationship with my partner. With my children, I think of my children as kind of my greatest privilege to be able to help them and guide them to grow up. And I have a different perspective than most parents. I try to limit the amount of control that I have over them because honestly, I have no control over them and I know that. And I try to guide them through learning and teaching moments as I talk about it. Of course, it involves a lot of parenting, but so in that sense, I try to spend time with each one of my kids every single day in a meaningful way. And some days I'm not able to do that with all 5 of them, but most days I am, even though it might be short amounts of time. And it's time where I can make my mark on them through my beliefs and what is good for them, trying to give them little nuggets of hopefully wisdom that I'm developing over time and trying to parent them in a different way than I was parented to a certain extent so that they can grow up and be independent and fulfilled and happy. So my breaking that down into an action step is I just try to spend 20-30 minutes with each one of them each day doing that, not just telling them to unload the dishwasher or get off their electronics, which I do a lot of that throughout the day, but I try to spend that concerted time helping them to grow up. Okay, so think about your own relationships and set some goals surrounding how you want to interact with the people you love most, and I'll see you in the next